We were surprised because he was doing good, you know, and our bike was not perfect, but Kenny was in contention for Supercross and he won the outdoors. So I don't think you could say that our bike was a handicap. That's what they gave us as a reason.
I grew up on a Suzuki. I think it has a lot to do with that. I just know already how it handles.
We just couldn't get him happy from a suspension standpoint on our bike. It seemed like no matter what we did, he had somewhat made up his mind already.
I needed a change. That was very simple, and I had to leave the people basically that I love, the team that I've had great memories with. But just winning a championship is not it. I want to win championships having fun and not complaining about my bike. So sometimes I just have to be selfish and make the decision that I want.
The balance and everything's good. It's a little stiff, I think.
Not far from Baker's factory in Claremont, Florida, Roczen began training at a private track known as The Nest and hired trainer Clint Friesen to supplement the guidance he receives from his father.
It's been difficult this first few months of us training together because we're trying to pick up the pieces that were broken from, the previous couple years.
Come on, more, go hard!
I'm here because Ken wanted to go a different direction. He wanted to be the one to separate himself from the rest of the pack.
After failing to find a suspension setting he liked while testing in California, he spent much of his initial time in Florida, frustrated because he could no longer change his front end forks, with his team on the other side of the country.
The bike's not working right, but at least physically you're getting fit.
I can deal with it if it's a little bit off sometimes, but if somebody just puts like a steel rod in the front, just no suspension, then when you hit a bump, that's how it feels like.
I don't know how many months, and we've gotten in testing, and it just didn't seem like it's the right place because we go to the weekend and there's rods.
In his preparation leading up to round 5 at High Point Raceway, Ken's practice lap times began to rise to 2 minutes and 27 seconds, a full 7 seconds slower than the standard that Heiko and Clint have come to expect of him.
27? What? He's not even trying now. To me, this is mental weakness.
While Roczen blamed his bike settings for his performance, Clint believed the problem was Ken's attitude.
In a 12-race outdoor series, there's going to be some races where things aren't perfect. You're forced to rise above it. You can't just pull off. That's not what a champion does. I was frustrated. And I was frustrated because when a rider pulls up like that, it's training a bad habit. It's training a weakness. That's not the way you win championships. That's not the way you become a great athlete.
Top riders around the world have all converged right here with Dungey and Roczen.
What did I say to Ken? I said, don't be a pussy, is what I said. Ooh, wow, my bike wasn't working great. My lap times were slow. I don't care. Your competition doesn't care at the race. They're just going to stomp your ass.
And into turn number 1 they go.
Ken Roczen has been laboring all year to find a comfortable suspension setting on his machine, and this trial has strained his relationship with his father Heiko, who has now returned to Germany.
I really just want to figure some of the bike stuff out. If I'm happy and if I have a good structure and a good thing going, I actually think it will resolve a lot of family problems. We start arguing because we're talking about the same thing over and over, and that's why I kind of wanted to be on my own, because I might think about it here and there, but I can't talk about it every single day.
Whether it was due to conflict between Ken's mechanic Kelly Lumguer and RCH Racing, or the extensive travel schedule, Kelly will no longer be with RCH in 2016. The championship loss may be more painful for Ken and Kelly, due to the fact that they must hand the #1 plate back to KTM, the team they won the title with last year.
Last year, all I wanted to do is get out. KTM contract was up. There is doubt sometimes in my mind, for sure. I mean, the results show, my mood shows, my fun factor, like it shows in many kind of ways. But I do believe we're going to be able to figure it out.
Roczen, he was one of the ones down in that first turn crash.
This has just not been the outdoor season for our defending champion.